Good Wednesday evening, July 3rd, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Tacoma man who sped away from Wenatchee police after committing a series of vehicle prowls is now pleaded guilty to all 21 criminal charges against him. Spring Chinook salmon have returned to the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery in big numbers this year. Warmer today around the area and getting much hotter beginning on Independence Day. Your scorching hot local forecast is straight ahead. An Oregon-based nonprofit that specializes in drone searches has organized a fundraising campaign to assist in the search for Travis Coleman. Coleman was 39 when he disappeared from his Wenatchee home into the foothills around the city and has since been the subject of multiple search efforts. Aloft drone search partners with families and law enforcement agencies to find missing people, offering drone footage and volunteers to help review the images. The nonprofit says it relies solely on campaigns and online raffles for funding, and donations help cover expenses like fuel, travel, lodging, and repairs. Links to the campaign's GoFundMe can be found on the NCWLIFE website or on the Aloft Drone Search Facebook page. A Tacoma man who sped away from Wenatchee police after committing a series of vehicle prowls is now pleaded guilty to all 21 criminal charges against him, including 11 felonies. 31-year-old Drake Morris Evans McGee entered a plea in Chelan County Superior Court to charges including second-degree theft, fleeing from police, and unlawful firearm possession, for which he'll serve 51 months in prison. Evans McGee was arrested in January after driving away from a DUI traffic stop. Upon his arrest, Wenatchee police found an illicit handgun as well as purses, IDs, and credit cards taken in a series of recent vehicle break-ins. He does have a prior conviction for attempted residential burglary in Pierce County. The city's Megakittrick project will restart later this month to finish the final phase of construction. The major construction project was dubbed Megakittrick by city officials due to its combination of projects around McKittrick Street. The remaining work includes the construction of median improvements, a new traffic signal, roadway and pedestrian illumination, and final pavement markings. Drivers in the area can expect a closed two-way left turn lane and restricted left turns on North Wenatchee Avenue and closed lanes at night, which will reduce traffic to a single lane in each direction. The city says the left turn access will be restricted until work is complete and the signal is operational. 4th of July means fireworks in the Wenatchee Valley, but preferably the safe, professional kind. This year's Independence Day celebration runs all afternoon on Thursday at Walla Walla Point Park, with the fireworks show itself starting after dark at 10:15 p.m. Linked shuttles will help get folks to the festivities. Organizer Allie Jordan was in studio with NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz to preview the event.
So we're really focusing on the meat of the day, the entertainment, the food vendors, the youth activities. So we're starting at 3:30, and entertainment, we're going to start with the DJ so that we really have a nice wide variety of music going on to ease into the day. Then we're going to have a regional country artist at 5:30, and then we're going to have pre-funk headlining about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then we'll have Kayla Taylor singing the national anthem into the fireworks. And then we'll have the youth activity area. Swire Coca-Cola will have a booth there with kind of a soccer shot station. We'll have some bubble activities for the kids, some cornhole for the kids, a variety of different activities. And then the food booths, we'll have Freddy's Kitchen, the Donner Haus. We'll have a variety of sweets. We'll have Bubble Waffle House, who does concoctions. They wrap them up and put some ice cream. We'll have churros, so lots of variety there. Yeah, and then the Red, White, and Brews Beer Garden. We'll have the Tap Room by Hellbent and Pair Up Cider, and WDA, the Wenatchee Downtown Association, is our host this year for the Beer Garden.
When we come back, the director of the Chelan County Regional Justice Center was honored last month with a National Conference Award. And we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society a day early. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
As sheriff, I arrested rioters, rapists, and mass murderers. Locked up human traffickers who preyed on women and children. On my watch, everyone was accountable. Despite being the Attorney General for 12 years, Bob Ferguson does not take responsibility for the rapid increase in crime and homelessness, businesses moving out of state, and jobs lost. And he thinks he deserves a promotion?
Dave Reichert.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click-It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of June, get to any Click-It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click-It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
I'm Keith Gaynor, running to be your next 12th District State Senator. It has been a privilege to serve you the past 6 years in the House of Representatives. I believe public safety is a critical issue that affects all of Washington. This should be one of our highest priorities. Washington families are struggling. Housing, food, and gas prices are severely affecting our budgets. We need to find better ways to support our families. Together, we can build a better Washington.
It's vacation season. While a trip to Hawaii sounds great, we know what you really want is an inflation vacation. That's why Abby's feeds a group of 4 to 6 people for less than $26. Enjoy an inflation vacation at Abby's. You can be a superhero tonight and treat your family to Abby's famous hometown hero. This giant features our classic pepperoni, tasty Italian sausage, and crisp green peppers, all layered together for a legendary feast. Don't miss this July special pizza at a very special price.
The director of the Chelan County Regional Justice Center was honored last month with a National Conference Award. Chris Sharp is overseeing the regional jail since 2020 after 2 decades as a corrections officer. Sharp received the Dedication to Excellence Award June 12th at the JailCon West Conference in Chandler, Arizona. The award recognizes efforts at harm reduction within the jail, including medical sensors and nursing changes aimed at reducing inmates' risk of overdose or other health emergencies. Sharp said receiving the award was humbling.
Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Carly with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I am sitting here with Philip. He's our 7-year-old retriever husky shepherd mix. He's got the beautiful blue husky eyes and the and the husky goofiness. Itchy back. And yes, he's 7, you'd never know it. He's still pretty goofy and playful and lovey, yeah. And interested in everything around him. Yeah. Come here, buddy. Come here. Yes. And he's smart. He's got that smart shepherd in him. He knows a lot of tricks, and he's really fast to do them, and he's super food motivated. So he's easy to train. Come here. Yes. He loves rolling around on his back. He loves going on walks, and yeah, he loves just spending time with people. He's good with our dogs here. He doesn't bark. I don't think I've ever heard him bark. He came to us as a stray, so as usual, we don't know how he is with cats or really have much background information on him at all, but we have had him for 2 months now, which is way too long, but we've gotten to know him a little bit, and everybody loves him. He's one of our staff favorites. He's got that great mix of playful but also super chill. Like, he doesn't jump on us, which is great, and he's just down to do whatever you want to do. Yeah, he's just a love. But he also loves chasing his ball and his stuffies, and he'll run around all day just with those stuffy in his mouth. I really think he'd be great in most any kind of home because he's just one of those super easy dogs. I personally think he would probably do good with kids because he's not jumpy and he's friendly and sweet. Yeah, I think he'd just be like one of those great porch dogs that you hang out with in the summer in the backyard and throw the ball for. I think he'd fit in really well. Yeah, I do. So if you would like to come meet Philip, we are open Thursday through Tuesday from 12:30 to 6:30, or you can even make an appointment for Wednesdays to come and meet our favorite guy.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Coming up next, tonight's feature story is the final installment of our series on the black bears that roam the Upper Valley and their conflicts with human inhabitants in the town of Leavenworth. Hotter tomorrow and Friday before an excessive heat warning goes into effect Saturday through next Tuesday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Steelhead Cider offers 20 taps with cider, beer, and wine, featuring views of the lake, great music, and fantastic flights. Find it on Wooden Ave behind the bookstore in downtown Chelan.
Kelly's Classic Ace Hardware Store. From the minute you walk through the door, you'll feel the difference. Kelly's revives the days of personal service lost in the big box stores of today. Kelly's Ace Hardware in classic downtown Chelan.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Tonight's feature story is the final installment of our series on the black bears that roam the Upper Valley and their conflicts with human inhabitants in the town of Leavenworth. When these conflicts emerge, Rich Beausoleil is the Washington Fish and Wildlife officer likely to respond. Rich and his bear dog Milo help to trap or lethally remove problem bears throughout the state. But as Rich told NCWLIFE News, a better solution is for humans to avoid tempting bears with easy food opportunities in the first place.
So my name is Rich Beausoleil. I am the statewide bear and cougar specialist for the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. It's a statewide position. I'm based out of Wenatchee, north, south, east, west, right in the center of the state. And yeah, pretty much go everywhere.
Do you have a sense for the frequency of bear conflict calls that you get, if it's gone up or changed in the years you've been doing this?
You know, I've been doing this for 22 years. It's definitely cyclic. you know, in response to food supply, natural food supply, weather conditions, that kind of stuff, but also highly dependent on attractants, which bring bears close to people. We're always going to have bears around these parts, and that's okay. What we want them to do is move through and not stay. We did a 10-year study in the North Cascades. We had a West Slope study area and an East Slope study area, and it just so happens it was right around here in Leavenworth. So we collared a couple hundred bears over 10 years just on this side of the mountains. And what we found is bears were traveling 30, 40 straight line distance miles to come from their home range to take advantage of these food resources, sometimes turning around and never coming back, other times choosing to settle here. And if it's a mom with cubs who's doing that, those cubs start to learn when it starts getting cool or it starts getting warm, whatever the phase is, that's where I can go get a known meal. A bear's entire life is based on food. You or I know if we miss breakfast and lunch, we're going to have dinner. They don't know that. They live day to day, and so they need about 3,000 calories a day just to sustain themselves, preferably 5,000 calories a day to actually put on some mass. And a pound of blueberries or huckleberries is roughly about, 250 calories. One pound bird feeder is 1,700 calories. So you hit a neighborhood street with 3 or 4 bear feeders, you just lived an entire day. So by the bears' standards, that's time management. That's no different than you or I hitting the drive-thru on a busy day. And if we catch them early enough in this behavior and we intervene, we can stop it. And that's the key. We need that engagement from people to understand that if you want to see a bear for a minute and that's fine, scare it off if it's in your yard around Leavenworth. But then report it. Let us know so we can keep track of those sightings and then say, hey, we've got 3 or 4 going here. We might want to jump over there, see if there's any things we need to remove. And then also, maybe we can push that bear back up into the woods where it belongs. It's kind of disappointing over time because you see this cycle and it just repeats itself. And we remove these bears and we do press on it. We don't hide what we're doing. Sometimes we're forced to make these calls, and that's not why we got into the business, and then the locals get upset with us. And I like that. That means they love wildlife. But you need to take those preventative steps to avoid a bear becoming habituated or food conditioned, because that can lead to problems that none of us want. In the last couple of years, things have greatly improved. We've got a good working relationship, and we always have, with Public Works. They service all of the restaurants, all of the businesses and parks like we're in right now, and they have their own garbage removal system. And so they upped removal of those cans from once a day to twice a day. That's a great move. But now we've got 3,000 residents that we need to engage with. They all have individual contracts with their garbage collection service. And so that's a heavier lift. We need some help from City Council, maybe to pass some ordinances, take down your bird feeders, from April through November. If you're gonna raise chickens and goats and sheep and that kind of stuff, there's some basic standards you need to have. That would be outstanding. And then when you see signs like this and you're in bear country, heed those warnings, pay attention. If you live close by and you came down to the park for a walk, well, that's only a hop, skip, and a jump for a bear to be in your backyard. So look around, police each other, help us, help you, and then by doing so, we're gonna help the bears.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday. Boy, what a relief today was from all of the wind that we've been seeing. And heck, we can talk about that going all the way back to the end of April. It has just been a windy 3 months, but a beautiful day today as we look down outside our weather window from our Hay Canyon Sky-Fi Tower camera. You can see Kashmir looking down the upper Wenatchee Valley towards the city of Wenatchee. Wenatchee. And boy, we enjoyed lots of blue skies today and much less wind. It was just a nice one out there. Talk about nice. Here we go for your 4th of July weather forecast. It's going to be sunny and dry, virtually no wind tomorrow. Maybe some light northerly winds in the morning. That'll be about it. We're looking at temperatures upper 80s to lower 90s, and this is where we will be in the Wenatchee Valley for your 4th, into those lower 90s. And I'm telling you what, folks, it's going to get a lot hotter as we move through Thursday into the weekend. We do have an excessive heat warning that will go in place on Saturday, and it's going to last right through Tuesday. And I think, I'm not sure, first of all, why Friday wasn't included, but I think this is going to be extended into Wednesday, where we could see temperatures even Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday near 105 degrees. So the bottom line is, from Friday right through the middle of next week, we are going to see some excessive heat, so be awfully careful out there. Today, comfortable compared to what we're going to see. 87 degrees unofficially, a few ticks above where we should be for this time of year at 84. How about 2015, 106 degrees, and I'm telling you folks, those are the kind of temperatures we're expecting early next week. 61 overnight this morning. 59 is our normal low temperature, and our record low 47 set in 1990. Sunrise 5:10 this morning, and it sets tonight straight up at 9 p.m. All right, let's get you into those temperatures for your 4th of July. And how about this? Get outside, do a little bit of swimming, and maybe a nice barbecue in the afternoon, as long as you have some shade out there. Lots of 93s on our map tomorrow, from Moses Lake, Ephrata into Quincy and Wenatchee, all the way up to Chelan and Omak. 93 tomorrow, with just a few cooler temperatures up in the upper elevations. Leavenworth 91, Lake Wenatchee even warm tomorrow at 88 degrees. But as I mentioned, we are going up from there. Tonight, clear skies. High pressure is dominating our weather picture. Also a little area of high pressure in southwest Montana. Mild tonight with low temperatures right around that 60-degree mark. As we get you into the 4th of July, lots of clear skies throughout Washington state, with just a few clouds in the northern mountains of our state. Our heat wave begins tomorrow with high temperatures in those low 90s. And now get ready for some hot temperatures. Friday, sunny and hot. We are going to see sunny skies. No wind to really speak of to cool us off either. We're talking highs on Friday near that 100-degree mark. Getting hotter from there on Saturday. Sunny and hot. High temperatures in the low 100s. We talked about it earlier, around 102 degrees. And boy, the same goes as we move through the weekend, Saturday into Sunday. More of that sunshine. High pressure moves to the south a little bit, and that'll actually bring more of that very tropical warmth our direction on Sunday. Highs again, 102 to 103 degrees, and it's getting even hotter as we kick off our next work week on Monday. Sunny and just unseasonably hot. We're talking all up and down the West Coast. High temperatures on Monday near 105 degrees. That's right here in the Wenatchee Valley. By the end of our forecast on Tuesday, high pressure still dominating our weather. It's going to remain still hot too, with high temperatures Tuesday of 105, and even beyond that, folks, Wednesday and Thursday, it looks like we're going to stay in the triple digits. So get ready for a major heat wave on the way. Overnight tonight, 60 degrees, 92 tomorrow for your 4th of July. Hope you have a great one. 99 on Friday, and then look at those temperatures. Remember, Saturday through Tuesday, an excessive heat warning will go into place. Be extra careful outside. 102 Sunday, 105 on Monday. Still hot, sunny on Tuesday with a high temperature of 105 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Grayson Rodriguez is a really good pitcher. How do I know? He shut down the Mariners last night, didn't give up a single run at all in 6 1/3 solid innings. And yeah, the Mariners came out on the short end of the stick. Baltimore knocking them off 2-0 last night. Rodriguez was dominant. He retired the first 8 batters. He allowed just 1 hit through 5 innings. The Orioles have won 5 of their last 6. The Mariners have lost 9 out of their last 12.
Forward, maybe they go for a playoff berth this year, but if not, a lot of veterans they could trade. Henderson back up the box. That ball was absolutely torched right on the inside edge, and Gunnar still gets the bat head out for a leadoff single.
798.
There's a breaking ball, grounded through the middle. On the 10th pitch, Santander comes through, and the Orioles get the first run.
Well, June was about 13 home runs, 60 for the club. This is
that ball grounded back to Grayson. He'll go to second low, and it's not caught. Everybody's safe.
And they're going to look at it. We'll see how this plays out. There's the throw, and I think he's out. Now, you can't tell from that angle. I mean, just make a good throw. Not always easy. Certainly a ball that could have been caught, but not where you want it. So, again, I don't know. I don't know if there's enough to overturn the safe call.
After review, the call in the field is overturned. The runner is out. Baltimore retains their challenge.
That is just some play. That really could have been a double play, should have been a double play with a good throw, but man, oh man. Just waiting and watching. And Mullins grounds the ball through the middle. Another base hit. Westberg is in and Cowser to third. Back-to-back singles, and Cedric Mullins doubles the Oriole lead.
You know, he's
2 outs, 2 on, 2 strikes. Rodriguez goes down swinging. Kimbrel with a K to end it. And the Orioles begin this West Coast road trip with a shutout in Seattle.
Well, talk about some drama.
And the drama sealed by Craig Kimbrel, who now ties Francisco Rodriguez for 4th on the all-time list, Jim. 437 saves for the likely future.
Seattle and Baltimore play game 2 of their 3-game set tonight. It's a later first pitch at 7:10 because they're going to be shooting off fireworks at T-Mobile Park, well, near T-Mobile Park anyway. After the game, it'll be Logan Gilbert taking on Corbin Burns, who just had a baby. Congratulations to Mr. Burns. All right, to the American League West scoreboard, we did have good news. The Blue Jays beat the Astros, so the Mariners' lead over Houston still remains 3 games. In the AL West, the Rangers shut out the Padres 7-0 yesterday. The Athletics got by the Angels 7-5. The Wenatchee Apple Sox committed 6 errors, half a dozen. And when you do 6 errors, you normally don't win the baseball game, and they didn't last night. The Victoria Harbor Cats knocked off the Wenatchee Apple Sox 12-9 at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Our good friend, the voice of the Apple Sox, Stormin' Joel Norman, has the wrap.
Well, the Wenatchee Apple Sox locked up the West Coast League's North Division first half title thanks to some help on Monday night, and they open up the second half on Tuesday with a tough loss at home, falling to the Victoria Harbor Cats by a 12-9 score. It was a back-and-forth game, pretty much from start to finish. Victoria scored 5 times in the top of the third, and they would never trail or have the game be tied up from that point on. Wenatchee got as close as 1 run in the middle innings and even brought the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning, despite entering the bottom of the 9th trailing by 6 runs. But 6 was unfortunately a bad number for the Apple Sox, as they would commit 6 miscues on the evening, welcoming in a few different new faces and just having a tough night at the plate against the Victoria Harbor Cats. Now, Wenatchee looks to bounce back on Wednesday night as they take on the Harbor Cats again at 7:05 p.m. as it's fireworks night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Tickets are available for it now at applesox.com/schedule. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Friendly reminder, tonight's first pitch is a little bit later, 7:05, because just like in Seattle, at Wenatchee Valley College, they'll be shooting off fireworks at the conclusion of tonight's Apple Sox game. So quick heads up for you pet owners, you dog owners who live in the vicinity of the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Fireworks at about 10:10 tonight. And finally, to the West Coast League scoreboard. From last night, not a lot to talk about. Kelowna knocked off Kamloops, but everybody beats Kamloops 11-1. Bend beat Bellingham 6-4. Portland just got by Walla Walla 2-1. It was Corvallis winning again. They seem to always win 7-5. And Yakima Valley knocked off the Cowlitz Black Bears. The final there was 6-4. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Have a great holiday. That's all I got.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. We're taking the 4th of July off, but we'll be back Friday night with a special report here on the NCWLIFE Evening News. We took a trip to the Palisades to visit Molly Linville, the former wildlife biologist who inherited a legacy ranch and then fought off cougars, wildfire, and failing soil when she set about restoring that landscape. Join us for a visit to Molly's Ranch Friday at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great 4th of July.